It's all but impossible to not love Kailyn Lowry. Whether she's clapping back at ignorant mom-shamers or slamming homophobes, she's the real MVP of Teen Mom 2. Well, Kail has written a book, A Letter of Love. And we now have our hands on some excerpts in which she worries that Teen Mom 2 has ruined her children's future. The Ashley got a hold of Kailyn's new book, and parts of A Letter of Love look more like a confession. My kids have no idea how blessed we are financially, Kail admits.
She notes that this success comes at the cost of my privacy and humility. Of course, she remembers. It's for them. She explains that, when it comes to wealth, I don't want them to be spoiled in that way. Though her estimated net worth is, allegedly, in the range of $1.5 million to $2 million, Kail has other concerns for her boys. I want them to be spoiled with culture and experiences, she writes in her book.
And, Kailyn continues, she wants them to know that there is life outside our hometown of Dover, Delaware. My kids don't know any life different from the life they have now, she laments. That is a normal part of childhood, folks. For the wealthy and for the impoverished, I'm afraid that this is going to set them up for failure, Kail confesses. Of her boys, she writes, they don't understand the concept of working.
One day, she worries, her sons will need to understand that one must work in order to obtain what they need or want. Kail might not have a 9-to-5, but it's untrue to say that she doesn't work. I'm working on this as a parent, she adds. In parts of her book, Kailyn addresses her precious sons directly. I want you guys to be able to have everything, Kail writes. But, she continues, I also want you all to know the value of $1.
That makes a lot of sense. A lot of parents of means find themselves struggling to find the right balance. And, she adds, she wants them to know what it means to keep moving and working hard for the things you want and need. Kailyn also speaks to baby Lux, specifically. Since I had your brother, Isaac, Kail writes. Remaining on television has presented quite a unique dynamic for our lives. I'm thankful, she says. But sometimes I am regretful. Overall, I am thankful for the opportunities, Kailyn reflects. However, she says, being in the public eye allows for opinions and judgment from people who don't affect our family. I'm sure you will wonder why I say that and what it all has to do with you? She asks. The truth is that I want you to be prepared, Kailyn explains. You may hear things about me or your dad, she warns. Or you may hear things about your family and life in general that may not always be true. This, she continues, is my attempt to set the record straight for you. Plus, she can always answer their questions in person. I must publicly apologize to my boys for some of the stuff in the media that they are going to read about me, she says. It's not her fault that people say these things, but it's her fault that she's famous, after a fashion. I'm not sorry for doing the show, she writes. But I am sorry for not being fully aware of how things were produced. I'm sorry for some of the things that have been done on the show, Kailyn adds. Kail then makes a hefty admission, I haven't always made good choices. Many of my bad decisions, mixed with the production of a reality show, don't always air according to how things really happened, she notes. Kail then admits, I have to face the truth one day. My boys are going to be able to Google me and find things about me that may not be favorable, she worries. However, she continues, those things don't define who I honestly am. I want my boys to know that I am human, Kailyn affirms. And I want them to know that I have made some mistakes, despite my best efforts. If Kailyn is looking for reassurance, she deserves some. First of all, it's normal for children to learn about work as they grow up. They don't need to see some cartoon dad with a briefcase leave at 8 a.m. every day to grasp the concept.
Second of all, from her reality TV appearances to her many other ventures, from product endorsements to her own products to writing this book, she works. As far as her children learning things about her one day. That's part of growing up. You don't have to be a celebrity to have lived through scandals. Most of us just learn about them when we're adults and our family is drunk during the holidays. Her kids can find out through Google. You can order Kailyn Lowry's book, A Letter of Love, online.
What do you think about it? Share your opinion in the comments below the video. And also subscribe to the channel not to miss new, interesting videos.